Justin, I heard that your penis is fake.
I mean, I've modified everything on my body. Why wouldn't I modify my dick? I like being an innovator.
But don't they say that you need to change silicone every 10 years?
Plastic surgery meant a lot of things for me as a kid. My version of Facetune before Facetune was around. I don't know, like 8 in a house, like that.
You're the moment.
The moment. It is the moment because everyone goes, I want a big dick. And then when they actually have it in front of them, they flip out.
All right, we have the most plastic person in the house.
Yeah.
Hey, how are you guys?
Hi, Justin's in the house. We're about to have a moment. Let's dive right into it. Justin, I heard that your penis is fake. Is that true?
I mean, I was born with one, so I mean, what I have is enhanced.
Yes.
So I wouldn't say that it's totally fake, but of course, I mean, I've modified everything on my body. Why wouldn't I modify my dick?
There you go. You are known as the human Ken doll.
That's what the media dubbed me a long time ago, and it stuck. So we run with it.
Do you identify with that?
Well, now I do. It just was never in my forethought when I began having body modifications or when I was inspired as a kid. I never really thought about Ken or Barbie as like a true inspiration, to be honest. That doesn't mean I don't enjoy the title now. It's just something that the media imposed on me when I did go on to television eventually to talk about my plastic surgeries and custom designing my implants and all of those super cool things. To me were really more like body mod oriented.
Yeah.
And then the media just said, oh, he had surgery to look like Ken, and thus the human Ken doll was born, and everybody started then asking me to come on their TV shows and talk about, you know, why I wanted to look like a doll and why I wanted to be a Ken. And it was flattering, but also it was new to me. So I had to wrap my head around that, you know, sort of saying like, do I like this? Like, how can I latch onto this, monetize on it, but also still feel good about it? Because it has its own set of sort of like narcissistic thoughts when people think about like, oh, he wanted to look like Ken. People think I'm going to be like narcissistic or have like a superiority complex.
You know, it's funny. A lot of people that I know who we know, because I do your gorgeous hair.
You do.
Right, that perm's giving. We have a lot of mutuals.
Yes.
And a lot of them, they say exactly what you just said. They're like, when we met him or when we meet him or whatever the scenario is, he is the most sweetest, most kindest soul ever. And they actually thought the opposite because you are Ken doll vibes. You are doing a lot of surgery. So that does give the narcissistic vibe. But they're like, inside of him is a whole different world. It's a whole new world.
Well, thank you.
Well, wait, hold on. I want to circle back to your penis because our videographer, Al, is really dying to know the size of your penis.
So right now, you know, it fluctuates depending how much filler's in there, or you know.
Where did you start off and where did you end? And I know Aaron.
Oh, where did I start? I don't know. I mean, years ago, I had some silicone injections years ago. So I don't know. I was probably like 7.5 by 5 around, and now I'm like 8.5 by 8.5 around.
Okay,
you're the moment.
For the ones that are
the moment, it is the moment because everyone goes, "I want a big dick," and then when they actually have it in front of them, they flip out.
Can you show us with your hand how thick and how long it is for the ones that are like dyslexia? We don't know math or
I don't know, like 8.5 like that, right? But you're talking about a circumference like that. So,
funny.
Okay, yeah. I want to know who's taking
it's a lot.
I
mean, I get off on it, even if other people kind of go a little crazy.
May I ask you, what have you had done, like plastic surgery wise? Other than
almost everything.
Let's ask, what have you not
that a guy could
have
done?
Okay.
What have I not had done?
Yeah, I feel like that was easier because I know you, but I know you've done.
I don't mind going through like just the basics. So like everything from like I've had my forehead shaved and lifted. I've had my eyelids done. Not my eye shape changed. I've had mid-face suspension. I've had 2 facelifts. I had my nose done 5 times. Cheeks, lips, chin were just like injections. So I've never had implants in them yet.
Yeah.
I've had hair grafting to my head. I've had hair grafting to my brows. I've had a hair grafting to my sideburns. Then I had custom pectoral implants. I was the first person to do 3-piece deltoid implants, 4-piece back implants, 8-piece leg implants.
Can you flex for us? Look how
wow. Yeah, but you see,
are your armpits also implants? The armpit hair?
No, no, that's natural.
Because the real
my one bit of manliness.
Ken doesn't have one, so I thought maybe you added.
I've had a lot of laser hair removal, but not my underarms.
How come you didn't do the underarm? Do you feel like that would have taken away from
It
your
was still like
identity?
something about keeping like the boyishness of that, but I didn't really love having my facial hair grow in, you know.
Okay.
Once I got into my early 20s, I don't know, I wasn't prepared to feel that mature, I guess.
Did you do the face?
I had done the face for sure. Oh gosh, I probably done 24 sessions of laser on the face, and then I wasn't overly hairy, but I did have like touch-ups on my body at different
What
times.
about your butt?
Yeah, so my first body section, I split it in two. So I said I just need a little bit on the sides of my stomach, and then I wanted to do the center of my buttocks. But my cheeks didn't really get hairy, so
But you got such a juicy butt.
now.
Where is that from?
So that was injections. So that's not implants, but
Is that silicone injection?
I've had silicone injections there. Yes.
Don't they say you can die from that?
I mean, I guess if you're not going to a
'Cause-
good medical
'cause
doctor or don't
you
have
were
good
thinking about
product.
doing it.
But
I would
there's
love
even
it.
there's FDA approved
Yes, I am.
silicone. There's FDA approved silicone. There's
That you
there's
can
two
do.
different ones. So
Did
like
you do the FDA one or the non-FDA one?
when I was a kid, I didn't have a lot of money, so I did look into different routes to be able to have silicone injections. But as I got older, I definitely went to doctors because you get a little more weary of your decisions and the risks. I think you're a little more cognizant of it as you get older. So going to medical practitioners that are licensed with good sterile product that you're sure of is,
You're like,
is
"Sure, just
definitely
make
a
up a
better
bed."
bet. But
And then
it was
on
just things
Yeah.
you do when you're a kid sometimes are a little frivolous and crazy. But I've been lucky with things, knock on wood.
Yeah. So has this affected your mental health in any way, shape, or form? Like,
Well,
others, like negativity.
Everyone
if
seems to
people
think I
talk
have body
about it.
dysmorphia.
Do you not think you do?
I don't think that I do.
You don't think that?
I just think that I always was enamored with plastic surgery. Meant a lot of things for me in my life as a kid. So I grew up in a fairly in a very working class family. I would say we were lower income. I'll put it that way. So I grew up on a dirt driveway. We didn't have heat in our house until my dad eventually built our chimney on, and we heated it with a coal burning stove. We shoveled the coal in, you took the ash out, and that was the only form of heat in the house. So we were by no means on the street, but we were definitely a struggling family of six, just on my father's income. So there wasn't a lot of extra money just to be thrown around. And to me, plastic surgery, that's what the people I wanted to be seemed to have, it was emblematic of wealth and of status. It was another way that I felt like people of luxury showed off their luxury. And I wanted to be like those people, and I wanted to attract that lifestyle. So as a kid, I thought to myself at that point, if I can fake it until I make it, that was part of the allure of cosmetic surgery to me. I mean, first and foremost, it was definitely creativity, because I've always been an artist and I love sketching the human body and sculpting the human body. And I don't think a lot of people know that about me. So I was always the human form. I didn't give a fuck about sketching the mountains and the hills. It was always the over stylized human body. And then as I got older and I began to learn about plastic surgery, one of my biggest inspirations was always Michael Jackson, Joan Rivers, Dolly Parton. And all those people seem to make themselves into caricatures of the people that they were, before they made it. And so part of thinking in my brain as a kid, wow, if I want to make it part of that is the look. And if I could get the look, maybe I could push my way into the 1% of the 1% and make those introductions into my life.
Wow. Okay. I clearly cannot tell. I don't know if you could tell, but how old are you?
I'm 44. I'll be 45 in another 2 months.
You look amazing.
Thanks.
So
Well, listen,
young.
I mean, age is just a number. I don't feel like anything I've done is to lie or be deceitful to people about A, trying to be a bodybuilder, or B, trying to look younger than I am. I mean, I like to look preserved and as presentable as I feel comfortable.
Right.
And so that's why I do what I do. It's not about trying to be false.
Yeah.
And
We've
a lot of
all-
people always say that to
Yeah.
me, oh, he's trying. Why doesn't he just go to the gym? And I'm like, you're missing the point. The point
You're like,
of a
honey,
lot of
I'm
my
not
surgeries.
lazy. I'm just low maintenance.
I just felt men never had all the options that women had.
Yeah.
Why was
Yeah.
it so acceptable that women could have breast implants and they could augment their hips and their ass and their breasts and they could recontour their
Men
body.
are always the problem, darling. That's
Well, I just think there was and still is some, but it's getting better, of a stigma about
No,
men
for
having
sure.
plastic surgery, and can it be used to, I use these words lightly, but masculinize or
Masculine, take away
feminize
from that.
somebody. I mean, whether or not you're a man or a woman, you can want to masculinize or feminize. There are different standards of beauty for everyone,
Yeah,
and you have to decide, what it is that you like. So
I think that I'm the perfect definition of a masculine guy.
I love you.
Okay, I want to go. I want to get a little bit more deeper into your head. So, you're 44 years old now.
Yes.
You've done over 100 plastic surgery.
Oh gosh, that was a long time ago. Oh god, I've had over over 1,000 cosmetic procedures.
Get out. Okay,
so I go under that because surgeries, procedures get kind of messy. What entails, a surgery that a procedure can't be? Because I've done actual surgeries where they cut you, but without anesthesia, other than local, right? Where they didn't put me asleep.
For sure.
So I began to just lump it under a cosmetic procedural number, because how do you define one or the other?
So you put your body and your mental state of mind through a lot. Let's be fair to that. That it does take a lot to recover from procedures that you've done. I'm sure it's not like you just go in and you come out. You do take.
It's a process. Yeah, it's a commitment to that for sure.
And that is a lot. I think it's a mental power. I mean, I know a lot of people who have money but don't have the guts to do it.
Sure.
I know people who have the guts but don't have the money to do it. So, it is what it is. What I really want to know is, if you were to see Justin at 5 years old today, what would you tell him about your whole life and about who you're about to become?
Oh, well, you make me sound like I think I'm something great. I really am I guess I've done better than I think a lot of where I was birthed into family-wise, if you want to talk about hierarchy of status. But I always thought about myself as an outsider who didn't really fit. I didn't feel like I fit anywhere. I struggled a lot with my gender identity when I was younger. And
when you say gender identity, is that because you would thought that maybe you were also a female?
I think I wouldn't have felt that way if it wasn't for other people in my life always telling me that I wasn't masculine enough, that I wasn't boyish enough, or because I picked up a cup and had my pinky out inherently, because I don't know why I used to do that. And my father used to come over and crush my hand against the glass and never really tell me why he was doing that. Or, just when I went to school and people would say, where'd you learn how to talk like that? I think it was other people that instilled in me that I was wrong or not enough as a man, as the body I was born into, being a male body. Mm-hmm. And so I kind of began to, after I came out when I was 18 years old, I started doing drag pretty quickly. I was really enamored. I love music and I love costuming and it's artistry to me. And I started working on a house cast at Legends in Raleigh. And I did that for probably 6 years. And I kind of got a little lost in my brain because I was being this other female persona. My name was Jezebel.
I love that.
And I just got a little lost in that because of the attention, and I felt powerful, and everybody gave me the accolades, I guess, I was looking for that I feel like I didn't really have when I was younger. And so I sort of let myself get caught up in that for a while. And it wasn't until I sort of started toying around with, do I want to get breast implants, or do I really want to live as a woman? Do I want to live as a man? Because I was doing it so much in the nighttime. It was very hard for me to kind of split my brain with all that. And eventually, I feel like I started dating older guys, and I felt like they were more accepting of my effeminacies almost as a polish and a finesse instead of something that was less than, not masculine enough, which is more so what I heard from my peer group, I think. And so when I found other people who seemed to be attracted and accepting of me, then the drag and all of that sort of fell away for me. But it took a lot of soul searching and time. I saw a lot of my friends transition, early on after they started doing drag, and I just wasn't sure because I never really felt like I was in the wrong body, but I knew other people told me you fit so much better like this when I was dressed as Jezebel. And so it was really, I think I let other people get into my head for a long time.
For sure.
So I remember when I decided to have my pectoral implants, that for me was a gender reaffirming surgery for sure. It was when I had decided I'm going to stay in this body and I'm going to be proud that I'm a guy. And I think it gave me more of a sense that I looked and felt a little more masculine because I was just always so lithe and skinny and petite, slender and tall. Yes, tall, but petite, a tiny, sort of pretty boy, right? And that was a very gender affirming for me, in owning my masculinity.
So do you feel like you're happy now with the way that you look and that you're done with the procedures, or are you going to keep going, honey?
I think I've never really been unhappy with anything except my nose. That was my first plastic surgery I had, and I had 5 nose jobs in total. After that was a need, I think, in my life for me to fix. everything after that wasn't a need, it was a want.
Yeah.
And so that's when people go like, are you happy? And I said, well I believe like I'm happy. Does that mean I'm not going to continue to modify? No, because
Right.
I mean, I find joy in modifying. I like being an innovator.
Yeah.
Right.
And there's always new products coming out, and then we find different uses for them. Like being a pioneer of the modifiable male aesthetic is something that I pride myself on. It's something I talk about a lot on television. And I think that it helped me feel like I sort of reclaimed control over myself, how I wanted to present to the world, and that, you know, it wasn't just by that I was born a certain way, and people would say, oh, by default, like he looks strange to us. And now I'm like, well, now it's not by default, like this is how I like looking.
Yeah.
And I am happy the way that I look, but it doesn't mean I won't continue to modify it.
Love that. I'm so interested. So I'm very spiritual and I like manifestation.
Sure.
I'm so intrigued. Did you hold a vision in your mind when you were younger of how you wanted to look and be perceived? And did you like bring that into reality by that vision, or did you just?
In a way, I mean, you couldn't say in specific that I was like, okay, this is next and this is next and this is next. But I did used to take pictures and we didn't have like instant printable photos. So then, you know, I'd run and take to the 1 hour camera, shop at like Walmart or whatever it was, and then I would make Xerox copies of the black and white, and I'd doctor the Xerox copies, and I'd erase and I'd shade and I'd change the shapes of things. My version of Facetune before Facetune was around. We didn't have that when I was a kid, but I definitely did have a list, a laundry list of things that I would have liked to change if I was given the ability to.
Well, I feel like you did manifest how you look, which is amazing and beautiful because you're happy and being yourself. Yeah.
Thank you.
I love that.
It's my art.
Yes. I love that.
What do you think your look says to society's standards of beauty?
Oh, Lord. Well, I definitely don't think that I'm everybody's cup of tea when it comes to beauty. And I've never said that. It's just people think that I say that because of that title on the television. But I just think everyone has to define beauty for themselves. I mean, I don't by any means tell people that I think anyone should have plastic surgery. Like I even have a consultancy. So like on my website, justinjedlicka.com, I offer consultancy services. So there was just a lot of people that came to me over the years of me being on TV, talking about my plastic surgery journey, asking about, you know, doctor recommendations, but in addition to that, asking about custom implants. And there really isn't anybody else that I could find that helped do custom implants. And a lot of the plastic surgeons, even if they're interested to implant them, don't typically spend as much time and have as much detail to their designs as say I would. Sure. I knew like what I wanted to see when I designed all of my implants.
That's so
cool.
cool.
Having that rapport with the manufacturing company, and then being able to have that rapport with the doctor, it's nice to be able to hand something to somebody in full and say, hey, I can make this come to fruition for you. Right. So I've tried to be able to use what I've learned, the good and the bad, to help other people so they don't have as many missteps as I had over the years with things.
Wow, that's really nice. That's beautiful because you're like helping people feel better about
I try.
themselves. Yeah.
Sure. I mean, in a world that we live in today now, to altering your style and the way that people perceive you, I feel like it's become part of our life now, especially in Los Angeles.
Especially in Los Angeles.
Yeah, totally.
It's kind of a given here, right?
Do you feel like when you're walking out on the streets, do you feel like a lot of people notice you?
Since the television happened, like now there's been 15 years worth of like work in the media, it does happen a decent amount. So, I mean, you just become accustomed to it. And yes, you kind of like, sometimes I hide more than anything. I'm like, oh, I don't know if I want to go out and deal with people and take 8 million photos. Or my friends will say that. You know, like in person, I don't mind. Like people are curious and it's cool. But, you know, it's just sometimes my friends don't want to deal with it. They're like, we're not walking through Times Square because everyone's going to stop you and ask to take a picture. And they get angry because it takes away sometimes from trying to have that intimate moment when you're trying to catch up with friends. But all in all, I don't mind it at all.
Has it affected like your relationships, like dating life? Because you were married once, and
I was married once for a bit, now divorced. Does it affect it? I mean, it's always going to be a part of it. I mean, not everybody wants to have a spotlight on them or be in the limelight. And I'm an F-lister of anything, so it's not like I'm an A-lister. They're not getting hounded 24/7, but a lot of
They're
the men that I've been
fabulous.
with don't like that attention. I don't really have a choice now. Like I'll probably still get it regardless of doing more television or not. It's just something that somebody has to accept. You know, there are some people who are turned on by plastic surgery and who don't mind, who actually find it like a benefit, like an attractive feature. But it definitely takes the right person who's going to be able to accept all of that.
Right.
Also, knowing that you want to continue to change yourself. You know, my ex partners would always be like, "But why? Like, I never even noticed that. You know, you want to change your pecs or you want to do biceps. Like, why would you want to do that?" I'm like, "I want to do it for me."
I think you're very detail oriented. Like that's
Very.
the kind of vibe that I get. So like I guess our next question would be like when you look at Aaron and I.
Yeah, I wanted to ask that. I'm like, please let me know. I need a consultation.
Yeah, tell us what do you think we need to in our faces
Seriously.
to make us look
But
better.
tell you the same things I tell people who come to me. When they come to me like that right off the bat, I always tell people, like, give me a laundry list of things you might have ever considered, because the last thing I want to do is instill doubt in someone else's brain about something that they don't even see.
Aww.
That's
Sweet.
that. Not to say that doesn't benefit me in any way, like
Yeah.
doing the consultations for people. But I mean, the last thing I'd want to do is rip somebody apart or make somebody else fixate on something that's not.
Yeah, I would love
their
to talk to
problem.
us.
Facelift.
Yeah, like, well, I want all of it.
She wants
so,
a
like,
facelift. I think she doesn't.
Everything.
No, I
but-
do, because
and
I-
she's been doing Morpheus 8 recently.
I just started
Oh,
Morpheus
painful.
8. Yeah, painful.
But
I
But,
think it's
good
a
results.
hoax. I don't believe in it.
Yeah.
I did it 3 times. I don't like the fact that it makes the face so skinny. And
I
I,
need
feel like
that.
as we age, like that's gold, right? Fat is gold in the face because it makes you look younger.
well, let me tell you, I was very sick, and then because of that, I was like actively dying a couple years ago. My body changed, and it's
Wow.
like sagging. So I need all the help I can get. Personally, in my eyes, how I
facelift?
perceive myself. I don't know if it's Morpheus or like I have bags. They're very dark.
Well, facelift is different than eyes. It's all separate sections, right?
So maybe I'll book a consultation with you.
Definitely you can. The doctors break it all up into sections. Like I said, even like when I had my deep plane facelift, then I had what they call the Trinity lift. So like I went to Turkey for my full face overhaul. I had little
my
bits here and
gosh.
there in the States here for my lifting procedures. At least I did like a little mini lift when I was in my 30s, but it was small.
Yeah.
But when I went to Turkey, I loved my doctor, Dr. Ufuk. He was great. But I was really comfortable with the doctor there and with the hospital, and I had already been there with friends. So, but he specialized in something called a Trinity lift, which was like mid-face suspension, which is
Yeah.
something I really wanted to try to like lift the cheek area, because a regular facelift's not gonna do anything below the cheek really.
So if there was one thing that
It's
you
gonna
would
be
say
jaw and like lower face.
don't do, it would be maybe that.
I mean, do you feel like your nasal labials are heavy? It
don't
just
know what that
depends if you feel.
means.
Are you talking more?
And then there's the laugh lines.
Yeah.
Yeah, nasal labials would be here
Okay.
from the nose down. Or are you talking more about like laxity, you think, in your neck? I don't know. I'm not
I
touching
think
your
it's all
face.
in her head. I think she looks gorgeous.
You look
Thank
pretty,
you, but
but
I
we are
know.
all our own worst
Yeah.
critics.
love you.
I
I know
come
we
to-
are.
Honestly, I'm the worst as well too. But like, I've come to like accept it. I feel like as we age, like,
gorge.
we should embrace our age and our beauty. To not to say that I'm.
So you're not going to have any lifting later?
1,000%.
Honey, like
Okay, I
you're
was
saying
like, how are
this
you gonna
now,
embrace it?
but we all know.
But I think there's a time.
I'm going to embrace it with a face lift.
I do. Yes, I do believe that there's a time and place for it, because I think that it's there for you, but just because it's there, it's different. Like like for you, it's different. This
Sure.
is your identity. This is who you are. You love it. For her, it's more of like a mental thing, because
Vanity,
it's
yeah.
like a vanity thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if that's what she wants, I would be there with ice packs.
I love you.
And with
Aw,
That's why,
you
like,
guys are
with some-
besties. I love that.
hydroxycodone oxygen.
It's gonna
even
happen.
know.
So
I love my oxycodone.
And Justin will be there to walk us through the process.
But
For sure,
I
will
love
hold your
that you're
hand.
authentically yourself and you're gorgeous. You're
Yeah.
beautiful inside and out.
Thank you.
really
I
are.
mean, I just was true to who I was. I
Yeah.
just did inherently what made me happy. I mean, I get so excited when I go to the plastic surgeon's office.
Is
It's
it
like a
hard?
state of euphoria. I'm like, I get to
went-
plan this whole thing out. And especially when I get to design my own pieces, it's
Yes.
such a cool vibe for me to think like no one else in the world has anything like this.
That's
Like
so
it
cool.
really is like a driving factor for me. And in the past with the implants specifically, right? Because
Yeah.
I literally custom made them for myself, and they
That's
literally,
amazing.
shoulders, back, legs, like I had done, had never been done
crazy.
before.
I
So
love
being a
that.
first in the field, like I was like, I get like extra knots on my totem pole. Like
Yes.
as far as saying I'm different, because there's a lot of people I think now that that you hear they're saying like, I'm a Barbie, I'm a Ken, and they just have maybe they have had a mass amount of surgery, and that's what they're saying, like, plastic fantastic, which cool, like that's great. But there's still no one in my brain that's done what I've done to separate themselves from the dolly herd, if you want to call it that.
Well,
from the pack of dolls, I'd probably take the cake as far as like being the most creative and innovative, and I love that.
Good for you. Take it, yes. I love that. Well, I don't think there's anyone that's gonna upper hand this beauty right here.
Yeah. It would take a lot.
It's a high standard. You
they
really
better have a few sugar daddies on the side.
Yeah. So do you think that with all like the plastic surgery you've had done and all the silicone and everything, like once you pass away from this earth, do you think that they're gonna recycle you, or are they gonna
it is so funny you ask that. I have told my friends, and I actually wrote into we should tell them the bodies exhibit. Does anybody see that in New York?
Yes.
Where they have like everyone sliced up, and you can see like all the insides and how your body is built. I want to be in that exhibit when I die. I don't want to be cremated. Besides, if they cremate me, you know how much black smoke will be like piling through the air.
But wait, Justin,
no,
don't they say
you don't
like
want that.
but don't they
I'll be like a big pollutant to the environment. It's not that.
But don't they say that you need to change silicone every 10 years? Is that true? Is that a myth, or is that a...
I would say that that's not true across the board. I don't believe in that. I think a lot of doctors try to jump extra business. I mean, those implants are supposed to have a lifetime warranty. I mean, they shouldn't biodegrade. Also, I will say, depending on your implant, there are some, if you're talking about breast implants versus body implants, my implants are solid silicone all the way through. So it's like a rubber, like from a dildo, basically, except it's sterile, right? So, but there is no liquid, there's no silicone gel in the interior, so it's not like a bag in essence. Now, there are muscle implants that are made that way. Mine aren't, but mine are solid through and through. So I just like the rigidity and the firmness of them.
You don't work out at all, right?
I haven't been in the gym in like 16 years.
Would you take off your shirt for us so the camera could see how
my God.
this is, please?
I can.
Yes.
Yes.
What a great way to end the show.
I did not starve myself to death today.
And you don't even work out.
How skinny
You
I'm
look
gonna
amazing.
be. Now?
That'd be a moment.
Yeah, take it off.
My God.
Go for it.
Yes. Oh my God.
Thank you. Oh my God. Wait, you're gonna have to sit though, because I think that you're out of the camera now.
Oh.
So
You want me to sit?
I see your balls.
Well, I'm fat.
We see your balls though. That's huge. That's huge.
You
Does
were the
your balls
moment.
stay that hard all the time?
Not hard.
That's not you hard?
No.
That's you regular.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Oh my God.
Oh my God, don't do that.
What size is that right now? that is
says
huge.
it's
Oh my
flaccid.
God.
You're the moment. You really are the moment.
Okay, take off the shot. Take off the shirt. Yeah, I'm losing my
Can
words.
I stand? Oh my God.
Take a shot and take off the
Take a
shirt.
shot and take off your
Okay,
shirt.
take off the shirt.
Let's see.
Wow.
It's just,
You don't even work out.
You don't work out.
well, I have
Babe, you look
Wow.
great.
Now take off your pants. Wait, we can't have that on the show, but we would love to see that.
You look amazing.
You
You're
look great.
crazy.
So you don't work out at all.
I haven't been to the gym in like
Why do
15,
we not start off
16
the show
years.
like this?
How about this? Do you want to come work out with us at Burn, LA? I'm obsessed with that workout class. It's a moment. It has like red light.
I know,
and
that's
stuff.
so
I'm always
against-
down to play.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't say I sign up for like a year.
I
like
could just
one
see
class.
Justin just like
One
could go,
moment.
like, I would try it.
Yes.
I'm always game. Like my friends take me to like hot yoga on occasion
Okay.
and stuff.
We can
Not
have
to
a
say I
moment.
love it, but I do it just to be social.
Love it. We are running out of time.
Thank you so much
We
for
want to have you
coming
back on the
on.
show for sure, though.
love that.
You look amazing. Is there anything you want us to know about you more, or the world to know about you? Because you're having a moment with us.
Well, I just finished my license as a real estate agent.
Yay!
So
Congratulations.
I signed up with Christie's International. I can say with my shirt off. But I've always loved like real estate. So like I have
We
two
love a
properties
sexy
in
real
I
estate.
love it.
Very LA.
Yeah.
Very
Very
LA.
LA. Okay.
Very LA.
Okay. So that is
If
a
the
new
girlies can
chapter.
do it, why can't the guys?
Yes.
That's true.
Study
That is
standards
true.
2025. Let's go.
I love you. You're the
But
best.
so that's like a new chapter I'm starting in my life. So maybe we're gonna test out some real estate sales. I've already done like a lot of like rentals and things like that.
Okay.
Different properties. I love like home renovation,
Yeah.
redesign. But outside of that, no, I mean, I'm just always trying to do some little media pieces. I have some scripted things that I did recently on Dr. Odyssey, I think was the last
Please
bit that I
send us
did.
all of it. We want to see
For
it.
sure.
Yes,
And they can
please.
always check me out at my website is justinjedlica.com.
Totally. We love that. Erin, if you want to end it off.
I will end it off like this. I'm gonna definitely book a consultation with you. You're
Let's
the best.
do it.
Thank you for your time and energy.
Yes, thank you.
Cheers, love.
You're
Thank you.
amazing. We love your energy. Thank you for coming on and like shedding some light on your life and our lives.
Thank you. Well, I appreciate the time. It's
That
nice
was
talking
fun.
to you guys.
Thank you. You look gorgeous.